map. We'll see if it's the same here for NRG.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a bait and switch for this team in terms of the pick, but ladies and gentlemen, we have that game ready and raring to go. You do not need to see my smugly ass face anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Counter-Strike. I can say what I want now. Let's go. It is playoffs. It is well, not everything, but we are ready and raring to go. First round between NRG and Lag. Getting started right now, and again, it is Ancient, so we got to expect something early, organized from the pistol side. Lag, they're going up towards the B site, but more importantly, no util here from NRG at the moment. It's just going to be a raw battle here in the B site.
Yeah, they're going to take it silent. We got Hex up close here with dual Berettas ready and ready to go. Walco's going to try and get that info, but it comes down to Hex.
It's going to be Hex up front, not able to pick up the first, but you still have two more pillars over towards the back. Walco is going to be the only person to really get some frags here, and it was the smokes to really cover things up there for Lag for a quick second. But I say that, NRG, they were really trying to be cheeky more than anything with those smokes. You saw OC flicking in and out of the smoke over towards the back lane, over towards the back left lane, but instead, we are left with two players here for NRG. Breezy alongside Automatic. Automatic does pick up the first, plenty more to go.
Yeah, we do have a second one as well. No kits on this play, though. Got a 2 versus 2. Breeze closing the distance. They need to get on that bomb.
As Breezy taps onto it, Automatic covering up the other angle. Needs some headshots here. Automatic! Oh. Beautiful kills for Body, but don't even think it was necessary. Just the missed whiffs enough from Lag was enough for the defuse to come in from Breezy. And NRG pick up the slack.
Yeah, there was a kit left on the ground there. I didn't really catch it, but as they moved forward to the bomb, Breezy went ahead and picked it up. That's going to allow for the real easy defuse, but you know who even needs it? Automatic playing well. I think tonight has been a night of the resurgences for sure. You know, Skadoodle playing out of his
It's been a weird day,
mind.
period.
Yeah, Cold Zera also delivering in his series. Red Can is taking on 9Z just before
what an
this.
Upset.
Yeah, it's been some nice stuff. Now, Breezy, is he back?
Breezy already stepping up with one, but again, these are some guns here for Lag. Breezy might need to respect this, and I love this shift back. You do have that scale up happening right now from Nick X, but little by little, cutting down the angles was Breezy, making sure that he had some clean exits just from the one entry that the player from Lag would get up back towards the palace side. But again, one player has already gone away. That's Automatic. This retake needs to be big here from NRG. They invested so much money into this round, and at this point, if Lag ends up winning, they're going to be the ones with the economic advantage. They're the ones that's going to be way up in front in terms of the game already, but there goes Hex. Swings around the corner alongside Breezy, gets the frags they need. Nick X in the back.
What?
Oh, goodness! How did Hex get that one? And the defuse is going to come in clean. What a reaction from Hex.
Oh my goodness. I thought he was over. He was just had his back completely turned, but it's just a Mac 10 inside of Temple.
Yes, sir.
I mean, credit goes to Lag, to Lysa Game for keeping it close, getting themselves into some good established post-plant positions, but fragging their way out of the situation there from Hex. That was some round-saving stuff. All things said that we're going to see another buyback in. Despite the bomb plant money, going down to $600, we will see the reinvest. What's the play here for Lag? They don't have the most amount of utility. I think we're just going to see something explosive here.
It's going to take a little bit of time, though. You can tell some of these players are pretty wary to potentially some presence over towards bottom mid. It would be extremely unheard of if we end up seeing a player out from NRG step out of that smoke, but it's not exactly out of the realm of possibility. Lag, again, taking their time, heading up towards that A main area. You do see an early smoke back over towards Cat, which is, again, just keeping these players from NRG over towards this side of the map. That's all you want right now from Lag. Just restrict the options here on A.
This is really nice angle from Breeze. He's going to see the shadow, and that'll allow him to drop that molly quickly. So as the smoke starts to rain in as well, this molly could be devastated. You do have to deploy it, though, and he's spending too much time waiting for shadows. But he does eventually get it through. Nick X, though, forcing the open, trying to go a bit further ahead of his teammates here. He'll drop in first.
In terms of the manpower here for NRG, it was never actually going to be able to hold off the full 5 unless Breeze was able to do something big. But there goes. Kill back from Based. Taken back Automatic. Again, we are looking at Based as that player to watch. But again, statistically recently, it hasn't really been that potential being fulfilled. We are just looking at, again, based to finally having that game to finally pop off. Experative, yes, he is going to come up from behind, but is it going to be late? Is NRG going to entry in before Experative gets his way in? But no, absolutely not. The MAC-10 is able to slide his way in and get that kill while moving. But here comes a 1v3. It's going to be another advantage for Lag being thrown to the wayside as NRG fight back once again.
Yeah, wow. I mean, even the flank wasn't enough there from Experative. NRG fragging their way out of the situations again. Smoke on the bomb creates a lot of chaos, needing to reveal their positions to try and spam down the defuser. That's when NRG kind of swing together right there. I think a really good idea there from Life's a Game, but NRG continually work together in these little moments, get a little cohesion going, and that's all they need. Again, it's almost like a reversal of yesterday. I was here watching Lag take on Carpe Diem, and it was a bit, slipshod there for the guys over at Lag, kind of improvised, put together on that map of Mirage, but they were able to really deliver with their individual abilities. See if the game plan can start to pay off here. Breeze alone again.
Well, the firepower or the fire rates help him out here. The MP9 is able to get one. No more than that. Beautiful disciplined play from the veteran, but automatic right behind him. Not able to follow up. That's all on Nyx, actually, picking up the 2 frags.
Uh-oh.
Better utility. Wolko has the angle and able to sweep away OG and Nyx, but again, not done just yet. There goes the kill from Base. Base up close and personal, not able to do much. Experative has already revealed himself, and OC is there to close things out. Lag, it's not like they're not making these rounds extremely close, but it is still NRG picking things up at the end.
It's just that one mistake. Obviously, they think that Donut's clear once you take down both players who are swinging it, but they're not ready for the third. They want to go for that open and aggressive plant, as you should be on this map of Ancient. But Walco just thieves 2 kills right out from underneath. I mean, it's understandable there from Lag when you do take down both of those players, but it is starting to get exhausting at this point. Every single round, you've had an advantage. You've gotten so close. Well, this one's looking a bit better. They've got the entire A site to work with. We're going to see a bomb plant as well. It just comes down to some smoke spam. And Breeze won't even be able to find any of that. We have got a wondrous 5-on-5 retake.
Ah, it's what I like to call a car crash. So chaotic and so brutal, but yet you can't look away. And it is going to be some extremely entertaining spots here for Lag, for this retake here. If anyone pops out from the cave over in the back, it is just going to be the SMGs raining in. But oh my goodness, the timing is beautiful. Walko and Hex combine to make their way into the middle of sight. Hex rings out once again. At this point, the MP9 trying to pull off a miracle. And oh my goodness, it's happened. Of all the rounds for Lag to take, it's going to be the ones where they came into it with paper clips. And I mean, nothing else other than that. I'll just call it paper clips.
I mean, a paper clip, the nail gun, whatever you want to call it, the MAC-10.
A nail gun? At least they had a nail gun. That's a crazy upgrade in comparison to what they had there.
I mean, that's one MAC-10 from base. That's technically a 1 versus 4. Lag were in terrible positions throughout this entire post play.
Unreal.
I should add, typically on the T side, you're trying to take Donut, you're trying to take CT spawn, you're trying to get that extra space, but they're getting closed in from every angle. Base somehow works with no space, with nothing. He turns it into a round. Life's a Game have been given quite a lifeline.
Yeah, at least that's something, though. That space behind the box, the fact that NRG, they were, again, in an extremely chaotic scenario. They had Hex alongside Walko still trying to clear out the players from sight when Base even started his swing back over towards the site, and he had the 2 smokes in front of his face to cover things up. So again, yes, the manpower wasn't there, but my goodness, Base surely made something out of nothing. But NRG, as we've been saying again and again, NRG, they've been winning these rounds, but in incredibly close fashion, and you see that from the economy. Their economy has been pitted all the way down to the depths purely because everyone has just simply died. And just like that, the up-close SMGs not able to do much with their cheeky positioning. Don't get me wrong, that was real deep coming out from Breeze. But Lag again. They have the AKs, they have the rifles for a reason. They've done their work in the rounds that they barely gave away. And now NRG, they look to recoup, and it's gonna take a while too. They're gonna be losing out on this round potentially, and it's not gonna be good for that next round in terms of the eco either. This is Lag at least finding a good game script way for them to get back into this one.
Yeah, they've got finally some reward for these. Just
No.
Okay.
No, it's not happening.
He's going for this. He's up for the 1 versus 4.
There's no way.
Surely, right?
Surely not.
No.
Big Tim. Ain't
He's
no
good,
way.
but how good?
Right. The years aren't past you, my friend. You still got a couple more years to go. You still got your prime ahead of you, my friend, but not now. Not now. Let's calm it down.
You're
right
saying
now.
that Automatic is not past his prime?
I'm saying we still have more to see from Big Tim. That's all I'm saying.
That is, you know what? I hope and I believe. You know what?
You better. I mean, again, tonight's just been weird. You saw Skadoodle.
I regret to inform you that they ended up losing that map.
That's fine. That's fine. Listen. Was the team ever expected to win? No. Was Skadoodle expected to do what he did? No. So we take what we can get. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you know what?
I'm not wrong.
I like it if they won, but anyways.
No.
We've got a little farm out middle. This is gonna be just some consolation kills. I was just gonna walk that one into the goal for Lysa game. It's 3 rounds to them. Look, man, I'm just saying. It did look like he hopped into DeLorean until it happened. Until it happened. Until the shots just stopped hitting.
Oh, well, okay. Never mind. All right. Looks like I picked the wrong time to tune out of that game.
Yeah. Or maybe the right one, because you only saw the good moments.
Right, exactly. No, I mean, listen, that like 17-year-old me was going crazy. But
You're 17.
I was when the Boston major happened. I was there.
Okay.
I was cheering for the wrong team. I was cheering for XK. But hey, here we are. I'm still cheering for the new blood as Hex opens things up immediately. Mac 10 in his hands. He could have been able to do something big there, but instead it's Nyx alongside OG Wizard to close things out on site. You still have Breeze alongside Automatic coming up, and there's Breeze. Breeze is actually sticking together a couple really important solo kills here so far in this game. He's doing a good job of holding his angles. You already know that's what he does. But on this retake, he's already chipped things down to a 2v2. He's given Automatic a chance to recoup with them back over towards the ramp area. They're running out of time, but they still have plenty of time to collect base, potentially. Base getting isolated at the moment. They've had every angle cleared out. Look, for both. It is just a gust of wind. Base, please. Base, please.
Out the site.
No. It is Breeze to at least close him out. But my goodness, it was just the clip that denied him the play.
Man, I'm not sure if he kept spamming there, if he could be able to line up those shots. I think the defuse angle from Automatic was just a little too good there. What an effort. I mean, it starts off with this. Just ridiculous execute. And then they wait for the longest flank of all time. Like, it's waiting for, like, the bus almost got there late there from Automatic, but he eventually arrived in time.
Still have some counting streak to talk about here. As of course, Walco, he's already getting pressured, and he's pressuring everyone else. Nick X goes down in immediate fashion, and again, this is a rifle round here from Lag. They are just completely falling at the seams. It's just individual effects here for NRG. And it's really pushing the issue here for Lag, but again, you gotta give it up to the players actually getting the frags here. Hex has been really a standout already so far in this game. Of course, you can tell just from his stats alone. Hex makes that round happen there with the 2 early frags back over towards ramp. Lag is left scratching their heads.
Yeah, that round went by a little too quick for Lag's liking. I think they just tried to make the hard reads on the situation of what Walko's going to try and do in towards the B site. Hex finds the double kill, and everyone just tries to make a play afterwards.
Correct.
I think Lag tried to have a read, and they just walked right into a pretty stock standard setup, all things said. Overcooking it, and now cooking right into OC, who won't be missing that one or the second. Okay, 2 flicks, maybe some more.
All right, OC, shake off that bad juju, my friend. Oh my goodness. Almost picks up a perfect 3rd kill, but still a lot more to go here for Lag and NRG. Lag, you do have that control hero side. They are able to plant really in the corner here. Back over towards main, but there goes again automatic Breeze, able to pick up a few, and it is based once again live on his own as Walco to take him down. You can't complain there by any means about the approach there from NRG. Just a couple kills from OC. People really take their time in terms of just getting the kills from the perimeter, not actually pushing individually. Good disciplined stuff from NRG.
Yeah, just a ridiculous amount of retakes here from NRG, and you can see why. They just consistently wait for these extra angles. I feel like Automatic is flanking every single round at this point whenever the retake is coming through, and it's finding non-stop impact. NRG they're working well as a unit, and I think that's what Walco's teams are just pretty well known for. Just great fundamental Counter-Strike we're seeing here from NRG. And also, I think the shots are just hitting. And, I mean, simply as that, OG Wizard caught in the open. And the strong fundamentals are carrying NRG through this one right now.
Yeah. If we had a little bit more time in the pre-show, we would have talked a little bit more about just things to look out for. And it is almost literally just NRG's players playing up their potential. Yes, we talked about the fact that Based has a high showing so far this season, has had high showings throughout the season. But realistically speaking, NRG, man, I mean, we just haven't seen the right form of play from Breeze alongside even OC, man. OC, he had such a great run up coming into 2024, middle of 2023. It's just that, again, he is sort of settling into the fact that everyone here from NRG also needs to come up into his own. It is a big growing pain type period for NRG. It is nice to see, again, just things starting to click here for some of these old guns.
One of the big criticisms for this NRG team is they're like missing that wow factor right now, but you can see how well they just operate as a team right now. They are a quality Counter-Strike squad. Let's see if they can get some frags back up.
It's going to be Walco in the front, covering up the first. There goes Nick X, but they have the perfect setup with Automatic, ready to collect the second, and they do not expect Hex to be there as the 3rd prong. Hex holds off the site. Any chance that Base would have had to enter the site, it is completely nullified by an amazing little trifecta from NRG.
Yeah, I mean, what a spray transfer there from Automatic. That's the stuff you like to see. Perfect setup for the play. And, you know, this is the unit that I think a lot of people in North American Counter-Strike really just want to see. Just magnifique on the spray transfer there. And, you know, NRG, a team that are definitely here with Pro League aspirations. You know, a squad, a team like NRG, a name like that, definitely a staple of North American Counter-Strike back in the day. You know, they brought together a roster that had promise, that's trying to make Pro League.
Had promise.
Here we go.
Have the promise, but let's see the round. This round itself is not looking promising. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, player. It is OC in the front, able to get a second. Isolated. Can he get more? Yes, he can. They're all just lining up for him one by one. But as the dust settles, all of that work that Lag did back over towards the mid side to exploit the aggressive play from NRG, nullified by OC. But that's all it is for now. It's just nullified. It's just kind of equalized right now. Experative, OG Wizard, still in a 2-on-2.
And Experative's just taking the entire B site. OG Wizard knows that cave is clear. And, I mean, he's just going to tuck away.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is really, really deadly position here from Experative. But, of course, Lysa Game are not 100% sure where NRG are playing from. Bomb's about to get planted.
There's a reaction. Experative just needs one to really make this worth it. But he has the util to close things off from this angle. Oh no. Well, there's the call at least. Experative has that info. Did you just say save it?
No, they're going out to cave, but Experative has just gotten all this information. OG Wizard just posted.
Yeah, it's last round of the half. Here we go. OG Wizard nails down the first. Still has another one to go, but again, that call out from Experative was already everything for that pregame. They barely had any time for them to make their entry here onto site. They were hoping for a perfect sweep of the two, and just like that, the half ends in the direction of NRG. Sure, but what an ending for Lag.
Yeah. I mean, I was joking a little bit about the save there, but yeah, just leaving and taking a little too much time going around the world. And we have, you know, Experative just giving all the information away. Life's a Game, I think, very fortunate to get themselves 4 rounds for themselves at the very end of this one, though, up behind.
Yeah, we're done here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be coming back to the game in just a little bit. Second half kicking off in just a little bit between Lag and NRG. NRG, I mean, they were looking kind of in old form to kind of kick things off for our first half, but Lag on the other side did kind of kick into form just a little bit. I mean, NRG did have to give them an opportunity on a silver platter back over towards bottom mid, but the one player that we've been looking out for, Based, he is at the top of the server right now, but here comes a cascade over towards the mid side. It is Breeze! Oh my goodness, it is all Breeze!
Did he just, like, transfer 4 players in middle? It's a night of the revivals, I guess. You know, Gus
I'm
back
so
in
with
Counter-Strike. You know, Walco's gonna finish the job here. Ska playing out of his mind, Coldzera playing out of his mind, and Breeze is 15-8.
Oh, baby.
I love
turn it back the years. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, I'm hyped right now. But NRG, they're the only ones that should be hyped at the moment. We have to be looking out for the fact that Lag, they have a long, long road ahead of them if they even want to make Ancient a thing for themselves. Again, I'm more interested to see how that CT side is going to look out here for this Lag side, or more importantly, how are they going to kind of counteract some of this playstyle that NRG is going for right now? Because I feel as if they're going to have multi-pronged attacks in comparison to Lag's more single-waved approach. We are going to see what happens, though. after, of course, the pistols. But as the pistols kind of come out, you know, there's always a little bit of danger. You know, you got to hit your shots, NRG. You got to hit your shots.
Base has just been armed with a rifle. OC dinked down
How?
to 21.
He got it.
They're still fighting him.
I don't know if it's from the person that they picked up, or did they just shoot a Galil over towards his direction, but whatever it may be.
I want to take some time to say that Base is probably one of the most you know, incredible Counter-Strike names you've ever had here in ECL.
Base is based for sure.
He's just straight based. That's
I thought actually like just I enjoyed Donk's name a lot. Like it's so there is so much about Donk just counteracts all of this fanfare and this professionalism that we've tried to kind of establish
the name Donk,
the top tier of Counter-Strike with, and then all you have is Donk with the little cheepy. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I've seen a lot of personality out of players for sure, and
I appreciate that.
Oh, we might. Well, I mean, we'll definitely be seeing more of based around the space.
Yeah, very based. But listen,
Sure.
this might be the same sort of mistakes that we saw from NRG later on in the half, as Experative at least picks himself one out of the bottom mid situation and lag. They didn't overstay their welcome over in bottom mid, but they're absolutely still trying to fight for that space. And NRG, they had the advantage. They had the 3v2, but it is all on base. Based, what a sweep.
I mean, I thought that was going to be over. Hex had multiple backs turned. He's looking to get up the 3K, but Base wild sprays for the double kill and actually turns it on its head. We put him out there as just this impact player here for Life's a Game. He is definitely showing up. He's the guy who really steps up in the most activated positions, and that's the kind of player you want to see delivering right now for Life's a Game. Believe it or not, just last night, Life's a Game down 10-4 versus Carpe Diem, ran it all the way back for a 13-11. Obviously, different team, different day, yada yada yada. But hey, numbers are cool.
Indeed. They be numbering sometimes. Here comes X with a gun that shouldn't be bringing up big numbers in terms of the kill column, but it at least picks up one. For the rest of lag, though, you did have that same aggressive setup that we saw from them immediately after they got their hands on a couple rifles. 3 players over towards that mid side, but it wasn't the same approach. Yes, it's a setup, but not the same approach. I'm not going back over towards Cave. It has allowed lag to just hold down NRG's potential here over in the mid side. It has left NRG at a lack here in terms of the economy. You love to see that, though. That is a gap back for lag back into this game a little bit.
A gap
you love
back
to see it, of
for
course,
lag.
if you're a lag fan, but I don't. Sorry, no, I don't like being biased. Okay, it's my first time here. I want to make a good impression, no matter what. I don't want to be looked at as biased and cringe. Okay.
Hey.
It's a good thing for lag fans.
The reality of the matter is that NRG is an organization that has well over a decade in Counter-Strike, so...
Right, correct. That is a number. That is
just been here.
Right, but hello, Experative. Able to get himself a big one to start things off, but again, it was expected. Things are expected here. After he ended up getting a good stack from Nick X at the very beginning. See, it was gonna happen. It was, of course, going to happen.
It happens once a broadcast.
Of course, of all the people for it to happen to, of course, it's gonna be me. But yes, Nick also gets a kill in that round too. But Nick X was the one that held it down at the beginning. No more fun, okay? No more fun. Walk in, serious time. The guns are back in both of these teams' hands. And yeah, let's see what we're all about, because we have the op already coming out in the hands of OG Wizard.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see where he goes. He's not necessarily like a huge playmaking offer. I think he's one who really just kind of takes orders.
Yeah, but on CT, that's where he can thrive.
Yeah, that's just hold an angle, land the shots, easy does it. Right now it's from middle here. Experative going to take the aggressive angle.
Okay, regretting it a little bit, but at least he was able to ring in a couple solid bullets. None of them really hitting, but still on point. Has allowed NRG to kind of feint this control here at top mid, and you just don't expect this. Nick X. There in the bottom of mid, able to pick up one kill, but backs out immediately. That is good discipline. You still have 3 players back over towards B.
Oh, but look at this. Walko made his way in a
No.
red room. Oh, but he can't actually convert the kill. That could have been a huge flank. Instead, it's a 3v5 run into the A site.
And it's going to be on Nick X once again, though. This is actually going to be super possible for NRG to close things out here on side. But do they expect Nick X? Absolutely not. Nick X allows one to walk on through into the middle of site and feints that control for NRG. OC trying to do something insane here at the moment. He's on the 13 HP. He was heating up just a little bit, but he has so much work to do here. And doesn't look like he's going to want to go for it. He still could potentially hold an angle and hope that he can get the 1. A 1v2 is a lot more plausible than a 1v3. That's how numbers work. But he does run away. You respect that, of course, because, gosh, just look at the economy of NRG. They can leave the op alone on an island a little bit. They can leave it as an anchor just so they can kind of cut things down early on in the round. But at the end of the day, NRG, they're in a terrible position economically. It was already kind of like that already just 2 rounds ago as the economy works. Black, they're looking real good.
Yeah, bro, you were bringing up the statistics there, and I'm like, wow, do you have a stats degree? That's crazy. 1 versus 3? More unlikely to 1 versus 2. I mean, to be fair, certain situations get certain results. But yeah, that's going to be a save out of OC. I'm really interested. I mean, a timeout being called in here by NRG. And this game is starting to fall away. Their money's been broken a couple of times at this point. But they do have one particular big green gun. So, you could...
Indeed.
I mean, is OC that guy? Is he just going to take it and say, hey, I'm going to send it up B ramp and go for that opening
I
pick?
just thought it was kind of going to be like an anchor type deal. They wait a little bit and then they could just take advantage of any sort of like aggression. It would be really weird though, because usually when you see aggression, there's usually like 1 or 2 players still on site. So I don't know, actually. I don't know. Is that what it's going to be? OC? OC? Let's see it.
Is he going to take a spawn all the way to the house? No utility, so no obligations. And it's looking like it's just going to be this little A play. Lysa game will have full mid control. Eventually, they need to turn their crosshairs back to A main, and OG Wizard will start to do that. The question is, will he be smoked out or not?
This is all good, just going to be an OC cam. But indeed, OG Wizard will have all of the responsibility here on the A site.
Ooh, look at Nick X as well.
This take. Here we go. Nick X is above Nick X. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was automatic. Excuse me. What am I saying? Yes, Nick X is coming up from behind. Correct. But it was automatic. A beautiful position. Coming up from behind is
OC.
Nick X. Nick X. There is the shot from OC onto Nick X. What a repeat from OC. But that is just him. Again, being sharp on his angles right now. You can't really put too much of a focus onto OC. Yes, good kills. But this is good fundamental positioning from a fundamental player. Beyond fundamental player. But Hexed, this is going to be the cherry on top. This is going to be the finisher here, unless they don't expect Nyx. Where is Nyx? Do they know it? Do they know that he is in the smoke? You still have the man in donut, but OC with this angle, it is good. 30 seconds left though. No bomb planted. Still a long way to go.
Oh, they're gonna actually stay silent.
Yeah, Hex is just gonna get this frag.
No way!
What? Nyx took so long for that peek, and he's still somehow able to get the frag. You still have Walko. Stepping on in. He doesn't know the crossfire, and he's done. It's all on OC. OC actually needs the ace. He loses out on the shot, and base is there. Oh my goodness, you were talking about the fact that NRG, they want the wow factor. They want the individual performances to come out. But even when it comes out, nobody else was able to follow up.
That's just brutal right there. They had the round one, essentially. In fact, I'm pretty sure Lysa game, they thought they had all left the A site by that point, and were just going to concede if they went B. Despite the 3K from OC. I mean, that's been the running problem here for NRG. There's just the missed execution. A great idea in the mid-round. Everything, perfectly lined up. But sometimes Counter-Strike, you just gotta hit the shots.
That is how fundamental it gets. I miss that. I miss when shots mattered.
You know what? I feel like in today's Counter-Strike, it's gotten to this point where actually it's almost like a renaissance of just the individual fragger here.
Good.
Certain times,
Good.
Which I think Counter-Strike's become fun in CS2.
I'm coming from a place where quote unquote gunplay matters. So I mean, if gunplay matters even more here, I mean that's crazy. But here comes OC just around the corner, able to take down Nick. You still have wild swing from Breeze. Still has so much to deal with, but there's still so many players back over towards Cat to kind of support things here. But Nick X is all on his lonesome. That's gonna be the end of the streak here for Lag, surely. Also, Lag not exactly in a position to give up too much in terms of the economy. Yes, NRG keeps winning, and yeah, they're going to be in a beautiful position just for the win anyways. Lag is just going to have to force out for the rest of the game regardless. But more importantly, if we do get to that 9-12 round, Lag is going to look at least a little bit better than what we were looking at. But with the op being gone, that whole factor is gone.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this, I feel like that streak that you're talking about should have ended last round, but you just see it just another... You know, NRG, once a half, they just give you one of these just perfectly quality rounds where they just handle you. They happened in the previous one. They just walked in. This one perfect. Oh my goodness, but this one not just so. Nick X full blind, running, gunning, and Lag showing up with that X Factor.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. The expected plays, definitely expected. No, absolutely not. That was crazy there from Nick X, committing to that bottom mid control, committing to the fact that NRG even had presence over towards bottom mid for the first time in a while. But here we are, Hexed and Breeze. Things are not lost just yet for this team, considering the positioning, considering the amount of space that they have here on site. But OG Wizard, what a hold, what a discipline showing from Lag to close out this round. So that streak is nowhere near over for right now, or at least the comeback is nowhere near over. NRG had the opportunity in that round to really cap things off, get themselves into 9-12, but more importantly, leave Lag in a reset. Now, of course, things are really just back to normal. Lag, if they lose out, they're going to be able to rebuy no matter what. NRG, it is a tough road to win out map number 1 for now.
Yeah, I mean, they won a Walco style round, I guess I could call it, just perfectly clean with everyone in the same position. And Lag, they just throw everything. They just go full sprinting, head first, into the mid play, and Nick X just running guns down too. I mean, that's sometimes what Lag need to keep their comebacks going. It's something similar happened versus Carpe Diem just yesterday. Had a little silly rundown into the B site of Mirage. That was the one round they conceded on their way back up. And they were able to close that one down 13-11. Will that stay the same? We have another push down B ramp.
There's so much presence here. It's going to be an absolute war here for both of these teams. But it is Nick X actually standing tall as he picks up to Walco. Does pick up the frag back, but you really can't complain about the scenario in general. Lag, they put in a lot into that ramp scenario. They still came out of it relatively even. But they leave both of these players isolated right now, needing to really hold their guard. OG Wizard, that's not exactly an issue with him. If anything, it is going to come down to base a little bit if they go over towards that B site. But this is, again, the two players that we were really looking out for to have that standout performance in this game. OG Wizard, yes, he's consistent, but however more flair he can bring to his game just brings in a positive here for Lag. Here comes the peak, but OG Wizard, no! Oh Whoa. My goodness! Okay, there you go. Picks up the pieces, to say the very least, as he picks up the kill, shifting his way back in, but you still have in a 2v2. OG Wizard stepping up. He's going to be the first person to peek, but never mind. It's actually base coming around the corner. NRG holding onto their angles tight. Breeze is going to try to stand in front of the smoke, and he indeed does have the angle. Do they expect it? There goes the spray through the smoke. And automatic is there from the back to close it all out.
Man, it's just, some of these rounds are such nail biters. The double scope in shot there from OG Wizard. Thought they could get themselves back into it. but just able to stabilize. Just a missed smoke there, going just a bit too deep. And NRG, they almost win another, what I call a Walco round, where everyone is just waiting in the perfect position again. This time around, they're getting rewarded for it in the late round. And they're up to map point, finally. Life's a game, though they're so tenacious. Will the comeback end here?
No, there is Nick X actually taking down Walco. Hex actually able to stand tall a little bit, skates his way back into B. Now we can have the two-pronged attack coming in from NRG just onto the one. It's all going to be on Nyx, but Nyx, considering the advantage, all he really needs is one to make this count.
Yeah, but he's just sandwiched between so many different angles. Really get caught with a back turn. He does. And that goes down to the 3 versus 3. Bomb plant becomes a separate issue here, but if you get all the kills, you might not even need it. Nick acts to push through the smoke next. It's just desperation from Life's a Game, and could it be enough?
It's all on Experative, peeking around the corner, but OC returns to form at just right time, picks up the kill back over towards Cat, and just like that, finishes off the job for map number 1 for NRG.
Yeah, a little small comeback coming through from Life's a Game. Some solid rounds, some wild rounds back to back. I mean, certainly to get the momentum. A 3 versus 5. That lag we're just able to pull out of the hat. That got them the comeback here. I don't think that's going to happen versus NRG right now.
Yeah, I don't think that specific scenario is going to happen, but it's just the fact that we did see some of that standout type performance coming out from base. OG Wizard had his chances, but he needs to follow up on them. But more importantly here for Lag is the fact that they're just starting here on the CT side. When you're playing on the CT side, you just have to deal with less factors. You have one straight responsibility. You don't have to keep your head so much on a swivel. You have a controlled environment. So for a lot of these players like OG Wizard, they are going to be able to kind of settle into the game a little bit more. At least they have the time now to do so. As we speed up with NRG going up that mid side, they have taken connector control already, and they have a smoke covering their way back into jungle. This is almost full A side control coming out from NRG, but NRG are still doubling back over towards the B side. You have a man up close and personal, but that's already going to be automatic, taking down one. But Nyx, Experative, holding it down. You have 3 players in the back of this site with perfect ground right now to be able to take down these players. Do they expect Walco? Yeah, I mean, they're definitely expecting him. Walco walks on out, looking for a headshot, looking for a forehead, but at the end of the day, again, Lag, they're the ones with the manpower right now, and it is Walco that needs to isolate some 1v1s. That's not really happening right now.
He's just stuck in a corner. There's 4 players surrounding him. Yeah, he's not getting out of this one. Poor guy.
Womp womp.
And nothing gives. I mean, the A-site fake there, at least an attempt out of NRG, but Lag, they didn't even react to it in their own way. So I can imagine the surprise on NRG as they're jumping in through, and there's 3 players all of a sudden over towards that B site. Life's a Game not really biting down on that fake. I think really needing that entry kill coming through from a player like Automatic flying up towards Connector to try and get the job done. But not today. We've just gotten Glocks. Here, up mind. Just Glocks.
Just Glocks. Man, you really just poking at the fact that I'm a little bit old, huh? You're just pulling out the old little references. I'm glad that Glocks still have the same reputation here, where it's just like, Glocks. Nothing else, just good, unadulterated Glock. But they did have an M4 back over towards Ticket on his own. He doesn't end up getting taken down. You still have Hex, Automatic, Breeze. More importantly, Hex still has the M4 to go. He is spraying in a couple of bullets, but it doesn't work out. Still 2 guns get taken away from Lag, so it's at least something to kind of reinvest into that next round. But NRG, we're all just putting in that effort over towards this next round. It's good that they just stuck to the Glocks.
You know, for me, obviously, there's the dazed clip about Glocks, but there's also one for those from my generation. If you know ASDF movie from like 2012,
bro, what?
There's just a bit that just says, "And now ducks," and that's kind of what I think of every time I say it. Just
I
Glocks.
was so confused where you were going with that, and now I know exactly what you're talking about, and I still don't like it.
Sorry about that. Sorry, folks. If you didn't get the reference, you didn't get the reference. Tough beats.
Oh my goodness! Listen, I thought we were dealing with a retirement home when we're talking about CS, but I didn't know we were that old. But hey, we're back again with NRG. Speaking of retirement homes, we're looking at Breeze. Speaking of, I'm sorry. Listen. My bad. It was just a funny thing. It was just a funny thing to say. Nyx comes out and he's able to take away 2 on site. Beautifully done by Nyx. But again, he was perched up. Perched up on a what day is it? On a Wednesday, is it? Yeah, perched up on a Wednesday night. Just chilling. Having a good time.
Gus, it's your first night back here in ECL. You've been here for a year and a half, and then you just go out of pocket. My goodness.
But that's how you get the clips, man. That's how you
I
get
just
the
say,
recognition,
like, whenever I say
man.
that, I just say, like, some say, but nah.
No. Some is me. I am some.
Nyx should have this one in the bag. Knife out here for OC. Full sprinting at Mach 10. Oh, but knife out again. Hello there.
Oh, no way!
I run out of ammo. Okay, wait. OC's actually up for this. 30 seconds to go anywhere he chooses. And it's looking like that B site.
All right. The marathon starts. OC. I mean, this is really
get a free plant.
the chance. Yeah. Yes, sir. Get your clip. Get your clutch in, Mr. OC. I mean, it's actually incredibly important just for the rest of this game right now.
They're ages away. They are so darn far away. They are going to move together at least. You got to play the buddy system in this clutch, but OC is here with a chance.
And it's going to be a slow peek going into Market. Oh my goodness. OC might be able to isolate one-on-one. Here comes OG Wizard. Up front. Up close. Up personal. Is OC. But not able to complete the 2. Still good. Give it the good old college effort. You can't take anything away from that. But lag, just the way that things started with that round, that's kind of what you expect. It is crazy the way that they did it, though. You did see sort of that shift in pace from lag. Yes, you did see, of course, the great 2K coming out from Nyx, going out in the mid side, but more importantly, you actually did see Nick X back up towards that top mid spot, kind of sweeping away any sort of late approaches coming out from NRG. NRG really did have a kind of multi-layered setup going into that A site, and lag were able to break it down.
Yeah, this is really nice stuff you want to see, but a missed window smoke, maybe not the same here. We do have Nick X as he's storming forward in middle. You imagine a flashbang to accompany this.
It doesn't really matter here. I think it might just jump on in, and there you go. Like you said, flash does come out, and he still gets 2, making 3. Nick X farms up top mid, and just like that, lag. You're mentioning again, lag. They need somehow a little bit more pop. Need somehow the individuals to pop up just that little bit more. And my goodness, Nick X, what a 2-round streak from him. Just last round, he had a big streak back over towards top mid. This time to open up the round, he gets 3.
I mean, that is this guy is a maniac. We saw it back on Ancient where he's just flying down middle. He just walks through a smoke with a flashbang and then gets 3.
I do that.
I mean, I think a player who's definitely put a lot of pressure on himself. He's a very young player and a young IGL for this team, I should mention as well. But he's really been stepping up when it comes to these playoff games for Life's a Game and giving him a chance here.
Oh, hello. There's Mist already taking down Hex, but that's kind of what you expect. A little bit out in the open, looking for a couple taps off of the Tech 9. It's not exactly a based scenario, but based isn't a good scenario right now. Bow. OC does get himself 2. That's all you can really hope for at the moment. Lag. Still with a 3-mid advantage. And more importantly, they maintain 3 basically on the outside there. If anybody goes for the peak, they have way too many heads to kind of peek at the same time. Kind of works out there. Walko needs to go insane, but it just will not happen. 2 guns taken away from lag. That is kind of damage limiting, there from lag. It could have been a whole lot worse, but 5-0 start for LAG. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, a closer round if Walko does toss in the money flashbang, blinding the whole team. But yeah, I mean, overall, there's a lot of composure here from Life's a Game. I think that's the best way to put it together, even though Nick X able to sift through some of these just insane situations towards the later end of these rounds. Likes the game not leaving any gaps in their defense. No leaky boats around here, and it holds water. There we go.
Yeah.
OC boosted up here in middle, and Likes the game gonna go for this really passive defense right now. I think both teams are kind of being very scarce about their utility at the moment. They're gonna both teams are kind of waiting to see what the other is gonna try to do in terms of information. And this is where the mind games start to set in.
A little bit of lag. They already have themselves on a little bit of an A retake scenario. So if anything, they're just going to want to hold on to that opportunity. You can see OG Wizard right now alongside Nyx. They both have the mollies. They both have nades. Perfectly fine for them to just bounce it in back over towards B apps whenever that approach actually does come in for NRG. But you can see right now, NRG, they are trying to settle themselves into kind of a multi-pronged approach going back into that A site. Just matters whether or not they can get that connector control before they come in, and they're absolutely facilitating that. They have the smoke over in the top of connector. Here comes Walco trying to step on in, trying to get himself into a one-on-one to kind of feint NRG going towards this B side. But as you can tell, the util comes on in, and Walco comes in flying. 2 kills from Walco. Still one here on site. Can base be a hero? And all on base. What a play from NRG, throwing off Lag's attention all throughout the map.
Yeah, that was just exceptional, especially these entries coming through from Walco as well. But everyone's looking in the wrong direction, and it becomes a quickly disjointed defense right there. When you have one player in that room, Cat player mollied off, and Walco's just going to continue swinging them. This is getting brutal. Right now, it's just NRG's first round, but what a first round. What a statement to really just nail that one home. Dude.
What a way to do it.
Walco's a fiend. You know, there's sometimes
so wild.
We talk about like this guy, he sometimes sits towards the bottom of the board, but I remember when Walco put up the absolute farm versus G2 over in Blast, all right? You know, here in NA, we remember our very little international appearances, and that's one of them where he just dropped 30 versus Prime G2. So,
listen, Walco's always been that guy to have like at least when he pops off, it's always in a way that his team is benefiting from it. It's not, you know, it's not kind of that based effect that we saw in that first map. You know, man, I come from the days of RBG. You know, it's simple as that. Hex and Walco, those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly for me. You know, for a while, those two players were, you know, huge peak players, both on LAN and online for that team. And now that they've joined up for a little bit more official of an organization, now that they have minds kind of, you know, leading them a little bit more, they could focus a little bit more on that frag department. And I hope that, you know, Walco kind of keeps up that form. You know, it is still a little inconsistent, but one can hope.
See a little late round play for top mid out of NRG, and there you go, the blast on through nearly the lineup. You gotta shoot him, gotta take him down, and Walker will do that with the 3K out middle. The farm begins here up mind.
Oh, well, I mean, get the crops, they're ready to get tilled. My goodness gracious, it is OC sweeping away based, but Nyx is here to kind of bring in a torrential downfall. He is here to kind of rain on this parade, rain on this fresh season. No. How is this happening? He is here in the footsteps. He is going to be able to take down the man he's looking for. But this off is already going to be in his face. But OC might have just been a little bit too late there for that to actually happen. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater real quick. Ow. Oh my god. Ow. He failed the move. He fell off the board. But there goes. This is a whole shambles right now from Nyx. This man's nervy. He's shaking, quaking in his boots. But yeah, no, best he could do is pull himself up by the bootstraps and run.
Even gets that up to get away. Wild round. That little late round collapse there from NRG right in the middle. And Lag, despite having a setup, when 5 players come through from every angle and entrance from middle, sometimes it can just be a little too overwhelming. You can have, you know, this 3-man stack, but when you're facing off against, you know, the full 4-man, 5-man execute, even that can be quite difficult. So numbers don't necessarily mean everything. You are still in a disadvantage trading-wise, even though you got 3 players in middle. So cool little setup there.
Correct.
From NRG. We got OG Wizard still on an AWP, though.
Oh, we sure do. He was looking for actually a really good position. He gets himself quick kill over towards that mid side. He could find himself perched for potentially a cross kill back over towards A. By the time you know it, Lag would at least have themselves a quick little man advantage while NRG would plant over towards that A side. But OG Wizard, he could just establish himself here. Lag, they have plenty of eyes back over towards bottom mid, expecting some late approach. But at this point, with this control again, he can just allow his players to stack up a site a little bit, or at least go back towards the sites. We're not seeing that right now for Nyx. Nyx is still not confident in the fact that OG Wizard has got the angle, but we move on. Lag, we are going to have 3 players over towards this A site looking to combine a little bit, but it is just the pistols. How good could they possibly be? Not amazing at the very beginning. It was at least a good spot. Very tough in the base. Experative actually follows up and he gets himself another one, but the op is not in the position to be able to succeed, but they're certainly putting it there. Here comes the stack. OG Wizard is ready to kind of get himself a quick pixel and be able to aim on. He just needs that mouse one. He just needs that pixel. There you go. And oh, see, they still have the op though. Nyx around the corner. Who could be able to pick up that off back over towards jungle? He picks it up. Still a one-on-one technically here between Walco and Experative. However, Walco throwing out a little bit of util, looking to play a little bit of ring around the Rosie. OC waiting for an angle, waiting for a pixel himself, but Nyx comes in, bangs up Walco, and you still have a one-on-one.
Straight up in the in house right now as well. The problem here is Nyx doesn't have a kit. I think it's just too far gone at this point. He'll get the kill.
Well done.
A sick round here out of Lysa game, but it's just not enough towards the very tail end.
I can't complain though. That does put Lag in a beautiful position in terms of economy going forward. I mean, I only say that though purely because of NRG. They were getting up a lot of momentum. That was supposed to be the real money-ringing round for NRG, the one where they just start to stockpile so much, where you really won't start to see them crack up until you really win 3 rounds in a row against them. Lag at this point, they could win this next round and already leave NRG a little bit in the dust. Yeah, they're going to have a semblance of a buy coming up in the next round if Lag wins, but that's the thing, semblance. Their util is going to be neutered.
Yeah, it's just Nyx. And Lag have put so much into this mid control, and now they've left their B-side anchor alone. Nyx gotta run.
What can he do here? Playing a little bit of ring around Rosie. He's able to smack up one. The duck goose game is working out as he smacks people in the back of the head, but he's only able to get one. Based knocks in 2. He still has Nick X right next to him. Nick X goes down. Based is still alive, ready to go. Experative, he could be the wrench in the gears here for NRG as he comes up very slowly, finally finds his target onto Walco. But once again, OC in a one-on-one versus a player here from Lag, and it is the player to watch. It is the last gen of the young guns, technically here of OC, based a new generation of young gunners here. The Molly is a little bit wide. OC has the off angle, shifts to the other side of sight. Base doesn't expect it. However, you saw that little bit of damage being taken away from OC. Great reaction from Based, but for NRG, they crossed the finish line. They're about to potentially tie up this game.
Yeah, it's a sick reposition there in the 1 versus 1 from OC. He sees that no one is actually swinging it from Cat. He knows his opponent is playing from Get Right, so he takes that opportunity to make a quick reposition. And maybe the shot wasn't clean, you know, not a perfect headshot, but just because Based has to take so much time to go for the 90-degree flick, essentially, he's able to lock it in. That's how you want to play these 1 versus 1s. You want to give yourself advantages in every little fight you can. You don't want to take a straight 50-50. And Based is obviously in the disadvantage with that bomb planted. OC plays with him right there. We've got attack timeout coming through from Lysa game to try and bring this one back. You said they were set up economically, and it's still sort of the case here. Lysa game could consider the force buy, and Oh, I mean, we see OG Wizard do a little investment at least, down 35-50, but probably going to take the half-seas on the way to the final of the half.
For sure. For sure. Take what you can get here, boys. And Lag, or at least giving themselves a good chance coming out of this round. You are going to have OG Wizard in at least a little bit of a prime position for him to be able to kind of collect any sort of choke point rush back over towards the mid side, whether it be lower mid, whether it be coming up into side. But okay, Nick X bringing out, don't throw away your life now. He is still trying to get that headshot onto Walco, but look at the swarm coming in here. There's nobody else back over towards that top mid side here to help out Walco. Walco, he's just really dragging in all of this attention. Walco, if he had bullets, that would have been everything. The Glock has to do everything for himself. NRG, you're already down by 2. Make it another one. They don't know that Based was in Palace, and things have just simply broken down for NRG. And the one thing that we were talking about in the pre-round, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter at all. What? The M4 not utilized. Based. My goodness.
I can't believe Base just cleared that corner. He had gun out and was ready for automatic. Holding that angle. That is unreal. This 1 versus 5 from Hext. Okay, so weirdly enough, everyone is so spread out here from Life's a Game that it's like the slimmest of possible. And hey, that's the first good one. Maybe the second. Hex is up for this.
No
He's
way.
going to get the plant. He's in for the 1 versus 3, not a 1v5 in playoffs.
We've been asking for an X Factor. NRG need a hero. And they've had one sitting in their lineup for a little bit now. Hext, he's going to get wrapped up by Nick X, but my goodness, Hext, he was midway through putting on the cape. He was about to put on that Velcro right around his neck, and Nick X rips the cape away from him. But that was pretty close, not gonna lie.
It gets you excited, that's for darn sure.
That's my expert analysis. That was pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty darn sick.
For real. For real.
God, man, just like Hex is a Hex is a hell of a player when he's on a good day. I will say that, and it's kind of looking like it. It's kind of looking like it a lot. He kind of, he definitely, like, once he gets that second kill, bang, he's in the zone. Like, there is, I think he just maybe faltered a little bit, took that dink from top stairs, but decent opportunity here. Lag still though in the driver's seat, up 6-4, and now it's NRG's turn for half buy.
OG Wizard. It's so chaotic for him, and he indeed snipes in the first. Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. OG Wizard warming up a little bit. This is just another day in the office for the man. We know OG Wizard as being that guy. If you leave him perched up on a Wednesday night, all he needs to do is aim. All he needs to do is wait for these players to walk right into his crosshair. And all he needs to do is click on some beautiful pixels. Well done, Mr. OG Wizard.
Yeah, again, just a player who just says, hey, I'm going to hold this angle. Doesn't do anything
This
crazy.
is my spot now.
Yes, and you're not going to make it past this. Typically here for OG Wizard.
Not pass.
When he's in the right spot, it's pretty devastating. Back.
However, comma, we may be seeing it again. OG Wizard back over towards the mid side as there is plenty of presence here for NRG. There goes the nade coming in to try to help out OG Wizard. Great help from his teammate, but wasn't able to at least pick up what he wanted. Good molly, too, coming in towards the corner. Still is a little bit of ground here for NRG to even get themselves in a position to contact.
Really antsy towards middle, but that window smoke fading. OG Wizard calls that side of the map cleared. You can see Life's a Game starting to scramble. The same goes for NRG. They know they've given up this information. We're kind of entering into the second phase of this round, where both teams kind of trying to work around with information right now. And NRG want to set their sights in towards middle to try to manipulate the defense. Going to see back-to-back smokes, and as Life's a Game scramble, NRG kind of call the bluff here. Mid is actually pretty darn wide open, except for Experative. He breaks open the smoke and deals with Lurk, and Base now in trouble himself. NRG starting the exec.
It's actually going pretty slow here. They may want to kind of isolate OG Wizard's position before they do so. They have plenty of time for them to take this one slowly. It was looking high caliber, high pace for a quick second. But NRG, little by little, they are looking to just kind of cut away from this rotation of lag. You did see finally the kill onto OG Wizard back over towards Ticket. At least it was the trade. But oh my goodness, will it be the kill from Automatic? And yes, it will. Lag had a firm grasp on this half throughout the half, but at least you saw a little bit of NRG near the end. It had to be. Hero plays a little bit throughout the board. NRG looking good going into that second half, but can the Young Guns close it out? Welcome back. The Young Guns in terms of life. Life's
a game.
Life's a game. Life is a game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are gaming here in ECL. NRG, lag. Life's a game. Stepping up to the play here over for half number 2. It was the Young Guns that took a massive advantage already in that first half. We needed to have some heroics come out from players like Hex, from players like OC to really get themselves even a semblance, even a tinge back into this game. We're already looking at lag going over towards that B site. NRG has such a stack going over towards that direction. We may be seeing a hint of a contact back over towards A.
At least a thought process here. Experative, you know, the thing is he's not selling much, and he needs to get a kill to really say, hey, we're actually here. There just hasn't been enough presence. And Experative, yeah, Automatic knows it's a 1 versus 1. He goes for the fight, and now the desperate entrance into B.
Yeah, the protractor comes out as there goes a quick little toss into window. Breeze does end up picking up the 1 kill, but this is huge, actually. Nick X, excuse me, does get himself 3. All right, my goodness, Nick X on his lonesome picks that one up. And again, if it wasn't for that little contact back over towards A, it would have been, you know, potentially one more player over here for NRG to be sort of that insurance policy. But here comes, ooh, Nyx alongside Nick X. not able to follow up. That is a win back for NRG.
That's the reason why you say, you know, I got mine is a bit of a joke, because everyone else needs to get theirs too, and a pistol round could just end with a couple of headshots. Working out well there for NRG on the retake. I love that swing from Automatic. Just seeing that his opponent, it's like, I know who you are. You're alone. You're in the 1 versus 1. And I'm just going to take the straight head-to-head because I'm better than you are. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I also like that too. Indeed.
Sees right through him, all right? I'm just saying.
And he shot right through him too.
Yeah, I guess he did that as well. Yeah, sure. Force spike coming through from lag.
Indeed, it is lag. All stacked up back over towards that top mid side. You have plenty of rifles down the line, but what sort of utility are they even going to be able to ring in? 2 flashes only to even make an entry back into mid, and they have no util, no coverage in terms of line of sight onto NRG. They were just trusting in the fact that they could just walk on by against Hex and Automatic of all players. Same thing with OC helping out. I mean, no way. No, sir.
I think the hope there was to that NRG show a little bit more respect there, much more passive setup. That's typically what you want to do versus what is potentially a full eco. You just kind of want to play information right there and try to hit him with a very explosive play towards the tail end. But you just see there are 3 players in position here. This is just not happening. Not the right call for the day, not the right expectation, and, well, dare I say, obviously not according to plan.
This is going to be yet another one of them scenarios from before lag. Yeah, they got nothing, but, okay. Here comes the boom, ready or not. It's not a big boom. It's not that big of a chunky boom, but still Automatic. He has plenty of other pillars right behind him. And Hex, actually, I didn't expect Hex to actually get as many kills as he did. His crosshair was in the middle there, kind of letting players walk into the spray and see what happens. And dude actually knocked in 4 kills. Lots of money in the pocket of Hex for now. And that's I guess, the only plus there is just shmoneying around.
Yeah, spray control practice right there. Just focused on one spot, and everyone walked into the laser beam. There we go. OG Wizard onto this AWP right now. I think he's going for the fast A main pick, but I don't think anyone's going to be giving him that just there. We've got a spread down default here from Lysa Game. Little mid control for both teams. This is going to be weird. This is going to be a battle of the extremities.
It's going to start with Breeze. Breeze kicks off Nyx and Walco. He's going to have a big battle back over towards the A side, all in his lonesome. The bomb is going to take a while to get here, but the more important thing is just the control, period. It's going to be a red carpet back into sight whenever that control does come in, whenever that bomb does come in back over towards ramp. But no, it's not exactly that scenario either. They haven't been able to take away A up until the time that the bomb carrier is finally here. Here comes the lineups coming in from base to base. Does give a little bit of space, but these positions from NRG are so good. What a flash.
That is just absolute perfection there. Oh, the boost. That's not going to work. Sniped down from the sky there. Got a little greedy for the kill. For Hexed. Hold. Is it not done?
Hold. Holding. We are holding.
Hold.
It's really all going to be on Walco, though. Walco just gets this one kill, and it is Jover. But let's see what happens here. Base. Waiting for his opportunity to pace in, and yeah. Doesn't fully check the corner, but you can't really blame him for that one. Chaotic scenario. 4 different angles to watch there. As OG Wizard, this is going to be a tough exit for him, but he nails Breeze back towards spawn. But at the end of the day, the lead that we saw lag take very triumphantly going into the second half has already completely been nullified. NRG's taken back that same gap for themselves. 2 rounds up on lag, and more importantly, I think the cashier is going to be... Yeah, the cashier is going to be shambolic, and now it's even worse.
I mean, dang, this half is off to a roaring start. I mean, we saw towards the tail end Walco really getting confident over on that T side especially, but we see it here, just a confident swing as well. Picking off the Palos player, now fighting out towards default. He's the one calling for flashes here. This is Yeah, this is some nasty stuff we're seeing. Confidence, and then OG Wizard on $200 doesn't make anything easier for Lysa game. They are going to need a Carpe Diem-esque comeback on this. It's a force buy. This is a straight-up force buy. This is potentially the game on the line.
Well, not the whole bit. NRG, they're going to have 11 by the time that lag end up having that buy. So, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. It keeps them up against the boards. They're not lost just yet. But lag, they understand that they need to act right now. Lag, 3 players back over towards ramp. They have 1 back over towards Palace. And NRG, with these rifles, they are in the extremities at the moment. If there is utility here for lag, for them to cover up these spots, that would be great. However, there's only 1 more smoke remaining in the hands of lag. So it's all just going to be a dry fight against OC, who's been real sharp.
Yeah, and look at this. Walco playing on the edge of the smoke here. Oh, is going to lose his life. A little too confident. But a flick up from OC is good enough to be ready for the close fight.
Beautiful!
Can he get
Beautiful!
the third? It's OC all the way. He misses the 4th, but that's definitely
no way!
Isn't enough. I can't believe
OG
it.
Wizard!
It just swung back.
3 kills coming out at Flash. Little did we know, OG Wizard, he won his own battle too. This could be a run all the way back over towards B. Boys, you don't need to commit to this. The HP is so low. And absolutely, they take the gap. They take the money. They run. It is going to be an even little 2-on-1. It's hard to really say that. The numbers don't really match up there. But the fact that Automatic, at 84 HP right now, can blow away either one of these 2 players with just a bullet or 2! That's more than enough. But it is OG Wizard to perch himself back over in ladder and snag himself a quick kill. That is lag right when you least expect it, right when they needed it. Get themselves back into this half.
That is, I mean, despite the heroics there from OC inside of spawn 2, 3 kills on that AWP, but then the Tech 9s find 3 kills right back. I mean, a ridiculous round right there to get him back into it. That's, you know, talking about the near force buy with OG Wizard going down. Now he has the AWP, despite starting that previous round with $200 in his back pocket. I mean, what a difference maker. Right down towards the end. That keeps them in the game. Life's a game still here. It's a bit of a comeback, but look at the moves being made on the map. We have Walco pushing his way into spawn, and oh, this is going to be devastating at the minute mark as well. Oh, but he's coming back to clear a main. This is sick stuff. Walco with the awareness.
I mean, still, it is going to leave lag with a bit of a chance here going into the rest of this round. It could just be the knife here. No, no, sir. No extra cash, but I don't think they need it. They're just looking for the W at the moment. NRG. Enough of that scrambling. As, of course, we have to look over towards OC. OC drops the 1 shot that he had onto Nyx. The control here of A site is so unknown for lag. They have to invest so much utility into this site for them to even feel safe. And indeed, they finally get that bomb down, but no space being taken up there by lag as Automatic regains that space. Base does take back the frag. No way! Base 1v4, and he almost pulls it off in the most unbelievable showcase of aim. However, it is Walco. It is the ever fundamental Walco to take that one away. However, they still needed to deal with OG Wizard in the middle of that. If that doesn't happen, my goodness, lag almost pull off the miracle.
Yeah, a lot of linchpins in that one, for sure. I think also you got to give a lot of credit here to NRG, and just their on-the-fly calling is just so perfect. This flashbang to get themselves out of CT spawn just as that bomb's getting planted, that is so difficult to set up in just a moment's notice, just to get all their ducks in a row, to get everyone on the same page in that instant. And that is one of the huge benefits of this team, is that they are able to communicate so seamlessly. We get another one of these kind of Walco mid-rounds, and then OC turning up back in middle. This is NRG starting to hit flow state.
X right now. It needs to maintain that flow like you mentioned. My goodness. My goodness, lag. Not able to break through that mid area by any means. Nyx is lucky to come away there with only 20 HP being taken away. The nade connects there, but like you said, NRG looking so damn good. Everything from mid there was all they needed for lag to just kind of sardine themselves back over towards B.
Once again, NRG just so positionally good right now. I don't think it takes any just magical multi-kill to win them these rounds. We get an OC triple kill here and there. We get a good round out of Walco, but it's not necessarily like, oh, he's 180ing everyone around the server. These are just all frags that they have a guaranteed chance of winning. Really just percentage Counter-Strike we're seeing right now out of NRG.
Right.
And I mean, out of Lysa Game, a lot of their rounds have been courtesy of that X factor. And, you know, it's one team that has just been much more deadly consistent.
Yeah, but you gotta give it up for the fact that, again, we needed Based to have the game of his life a little bit here, or at least close to it, because we've seen some insane games from Based. But, you gotta be kidding.
No.
Any damage? Any damage?
Any damage? I think this is going to be a restart.
No
I think
damage.
This is going to be a restart. Thank goodness there was no AG tossed in top mid.
Oh, I'm just so glad that this game right here didn't come down to any sort of external factor, basically, because I need a good ending to this. We just saw a buy here from lag to really make this game competitive, to really kind of bring base back into the mix, to especially bring OG Wizard back into the mix. The aggressive op, though, the attacking op, that always kind of disturbs me. That always kind of, you know, it at least keeps you on the edge of your seat. But boys, we are going to be coming back to the cams. We are going to be waiting up a little bit for Experative to kind of figure some stuff out. But yeah, what's up? It's me,
Yo.
Big Fro Man. I'm here with Phi. Listen, the fact that NRG has had the second half that they had, lag, they were looking so good. They were looking like they were kind of matching NRG in terms of the aim there. NRG returned to form after they got back into more comfortable positions here on the CT side.
Yeah, it's just courtesy of Walco. I think there's some super confident play that we're seeing from him out on that A site in particular, and I think automatic in these later rounds as well, certainly helping out. We're just seeing multi-kills every single round out of this guy. I don't think Walco's necessarily just taking over the scoreboard necessarily, but these impact rounds that we are really seeing out of this guy who doesn't necessarily take it to the limelight so much. I think he's talked about in interviews as well that he's been working on his individual form, and it's starting to really show up here in the server. What can I say? Kind of picking up the slack overall.
Yeah, and again, it is cool to see Walco doing that sort of business, at least here on the second half. But I think in all reality, again, we are seeing players who we were looking for more of that top end going into this game, not hexed. We had already seen enough from him throughout this season. He's realistically been the guy to even keep NRG's playoff aspirations alive. But OC, very simply put, he was absolutely able to have himself a very comfortable first half, and still at this point, this NRG team, they are still picking up the pieces here in the second half. You've even seen Breeze a little bit, not exactly faltering, even though again he is at a low point here on the CT side. You have seen him starting to at least come into form a little bit, him be in the right place at the right time, tracking the flow of the game well. But yeah, for lag, they still need to find their way to break in. It is, again, not weird, but it is intriguing that we ended up seeing OG Wizard pulling out that op. We need to see that early angle come out for OG Wizard at this point, because I do not think that op was being utilized in the right fashion early on in that last round.
Yeah, he's not necessarily known for his super aggressive opping antics. He's mostly...
Which is why it's weird.
Yeah. You know,
not
it's...
weird, but still weird.
Yeah, you know, it's... This time around, I think he's taking your word here up mine. He is really looking for this aggressive fight.
Yeah, getting a little bit out of his comfort zone, but again, throwing himself into the thick of it. He's in the middle of mid. Nobody peeking him at the moment. NRG, they're giving lag full control of this mid side right now, but you still have Nyx, or Nick X, excuse me, back over towards Palace, looking to potentially make this a two-pronged setup. But it's just the fact that lag, they haven't picked up that bomb just yet. They're not committed to this idea.
Yeah, the question is, like, you have mid control, but what are you going to do with it? You need to split a site, but you have very little utility to even get yourself in. Now, one smoke remaining at the minute mark, and only now they're also picking up that bomb. That smoke top connector is going to kind of go to waste. NRG can kind of just chill out on the sites for the entire round. I mean, they've got 5 grenades for all 5 players. This is going to be a rough one, I feel like, here, up mine, as Walker does clear out A main.
Oh, and this smoke. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. He's going to play with these guys' heartstrings, play with their minds.
NRG are stacking the wrong site here, though. They've brought a 3rd player over to B when it is about to be an A-site blast.
Yeah, but still, look at the type of control that NRG is maintaining right now. I don't really think they care about the manpower. If anything, they're just trying to help out what has been a little bit stronger of a site approach from lag. Again, they have mid, they have apps right now in terms of the control from lag, but with NRG, they know exactly what they have to control over here on that A site. Still not able to get more than what they wanted. Oh my goodness! Nyx, with the MAC-10 of all things, able to knock at least one of the NRG players down. We're still looking at the 2-on-2 where lag, they desperately need this round to keep things alive here in ECL.
And I think, are they going to go for this here for NRG? They're getting a lot of space. They're getting the right angles, but OG Wizard inside a CT spawn just could be the dagger.
X here to at least knock down the first pillar and the second tallest pillar of this NRG team so far this game gets knocked down by OG Wizard. Still a lot more work to do here for lag to get themselves really back into this game, back into this map, but they are within punching distance.
Yeah, just a really committed angle from Walco. I think he would have liked to reposition just a little bit before that smoke faded into, you know, more tradable territory. One and done is not the spot you want to be in there. And maybe a little bit of tunnel vision finally getting to the IGL here for NRG. Automatic. Whoa. Just gonna go flying, and Face will just handle him. And with Hex USB just popping off a couple of cosmetic shots.
I'm so proud that that Automatic was confident enough in that interaction. Very good for him.
If he had a rifle, I think he definitely gets that kill.
Absolutely, absolutely. But with the SMG, good for him. I'm glad he's confident.
Yeah, maybe hoping for a player to be up on that steps.
Right, of course.
Eyes towards the apartments. I always try to justify the you know, the moves from each one of these players, because they are thought out plays. There is logic behind all of them. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, what are they doing?"
No, I do be jokey, and I'm literally that guy. You just did an impression of me right there.
Okay, gotcha.
I appreciate that though. I feel seen.
You're welcome.
However, comma. We do have some video gaming, some real legit video gaming to talk about. NRG. They do make it back over to that 12 mark. They are going to be dealing with the lag still fully up on their buy. It's going to be a long road for NRG if they do want to make it back. I mean, if anything, they lose out on this round, and it's going to be lag fully in the driver's seat in terms of economy, in terms of just the game script. Early on, NRG is not really pushing the issue.
And I think they don't need to. They're going to try and set a lure. I think lag, they might not know that an op is in play. Certainly could be in the back of their minds, but they can't really be 100% sure.
Definitely not in this angle, though.
Yeah. We call this the Exner van jump.
This is his specialty?
I guess. He just told me it was called the Exner van jump. And I kind of took it at face value.
Oh, got it. Is he B anchor? Is that what's going on?
I don't know, but it is OC who needs to be anchor here, and
B and anchor.
They are definitely respecting this op presence right now with that kind of smoke, trying to knock him off the angle, but Fearless here, NRG, not calling in any single rotate. Oh, they're in their heads right now. Walco has not taken any of this bluff.
Nobody right now from NRG has even showed face. It's all just lag again. Like you said, the paranoia kicking in for them a little bit as do indeed have that great position coming up deep into sight. It's going to be Breeze right now to kind of cut things down, but realistically speaking, it's only going to be 2 players with a line of sight here in sight. It actually is going to be possible here for Lag. They just need to peek out with the util, and indeed it happens. Breeze starts it up, able to get 1, make it a 2nd. He needs a 3rd. Hex is there to help out. Hex rings on in, goes into Sandwich.
No time.
And just like that, Lag has been broken apart. Hex, beautiful timing. Beautiful timing on his entry. Getting back into sight. OC, he kills OG Wizard before time ran out. So you still have the cash in the hands of Lag. But oh my goodness, what a trifecta from NRG.
Once again, it's just perfect coordination every single round from this team. Breeze activates, Hex wastes no time, just full sending it into Sandwich through the smoke. Like, no doubt in the teammates here for NRG. And, you know, people yap about the fact that they might not have the wow factor, but I guess this is their wow factor. It's just the fact that they are such a well-oiled team here. Last Gambit here into the B side. We're going to see a 5-man blast for Lysa Game.
Breeze, how can he open things up? The nade's going to try to help out. He's looking at the low setup right now. Breeze is able to get 2. My goodness. Nick X walks into that spray. And like I said before, Breeze finding himself here on the defensive side, finding himself on the CT side. All he needs is to get perched up on a Wednesday night and stay comfortable, as OG Wizard is the last stand for Lag potentially here in this season of ECL. And indeed, for season 47, Lag's journey is over. NRG continues in their drive for Pro League.
Yeah, I mean, the team with Pro League expectations looks like a team that could just make it to Pro League as well. Just incredible discipline from every single one of their players. Just a well-oiled machine. And while Life's a Game